Hey, hello, nice to meet you and nice to see you.
Hey dude, good to see you, man.
It's been a crazy year, right? Wasn't it? How do you like this 2020 so far?
In hell, that's a big question. I think 2020's been insane and really shit for a lot of people. It's been complicated and challenging and difficult. I feel very lucky to still have a job because a lot of my friends don't have jobs anymore. I feel very lucky to still be able to make music and release music. But you know, obviously it's been a year full of worry for lots of other people, and I've just tried to stay sane and stay healthy and look after the people in my life. And you know, I've been working at a food bank locally to try and be useful in our community, and I've just tried to stay busy. I think when life gets challenging, my instinct is always just to distract myself and stay really busy. But yeah, 2020 is a mad year, you know, both in terms of COVID and politically all over the world. It's crazy, it's really mad. And I think you can only do what you can do, right?
So you said about just living and let's say surviving, as in your new single. So how do you feel about this new song? What are your hopes about this new single?
Well, I really love it. I think it feels different to other singles that we've released, and I wanted it to feel like a nice surprise. We were able to make it. We wrote it last year and we were recording it just before the lockdown started in London earlier this year. So we've been, working on it throughout the year, and it's been such a nice distraction for me, this and the other songs we've worked on. And making the video we made with an amazing animator called Reza, and that's a whole process that I didn't know about before. And that's also been challenging, but a really fun distraction. But yeah, the song, we made it with loads of our friends. There's loads of other singers and musicians who play on the track, and to me it's just a breath of fresh air. It's something a bit different for us, and I love it. And I remember playing it to some of my friends when I was drunk earlier in the year, and they responded so nicely to it. I think they were really surprised by how different it sounded, and I was worried that it might sound like we'd written a song about lockdown and about the pandemic, when actually it wasn't about that at all. But my friends were really reassuring, and they said it was helpful to them to hear it, and that it's been a nice song for them to have through the year. So yeah, I guess we're just excited for the song to be out there. I hope people like it. I hope that it's cathartic, and I hope it's a nice distraction for people listening, because it's been a really nice distraction for us to make it. And yeah, the lyrics are quite depressing, like every Bastille song, but hopefully there's some hope in there. There's some optimism, and and I hope it's useful.
Okay, so as you mentioned, you wrote the song before this whole pandemic situation, and it fits perfectly these times. So do you feel like you have something like sixth sense or something like that?
A few people made a joke about the fact that our last album, which we released last year, was called Doom Days, and it was about going on a big party during the apocalypse, while the apocalypse is happening outside. And I guess the last 3 or 4 years have felt kind of mad and tumultuous in terms of, the political situation all over the world, and the climate situation and so many other things. It often does feel like an apocalypse. But a lot of people joked that album we were predicting what happened this year. I would love to lay claim to some kind of like prophetic songwriting ability, but I think it's just coincidence.
Okay, let's hope, but we'll see.
Well, some fans of ours said, can you please start writing happy songs about everything being okay? So maybe that happens in real life. So that's what I'm trying to do.
Okay, that's really good to hear. I've read that the surviving was about ups and downs of Bastille throughout these 7 years of your, but could you say a little more about that? How you really get into the idea of writing this song?
Yeah, I guess the song started out being about those times in your life where things feel really challenging and you wake up every morning and it feels like you're just trying to get from day to day. And that's definitely something that I've felt at times, you know, when we've been on tour. Well, we were on tour solidly for about 7 years with very few breaks. And obviously we are so lucky to be able to do that. And we love our job and we love traveling and touring and playing shows. But trying to fit in a life around that and trying to fit in doing the other things that you want to do and being creative has sometimes been challenging. So it's been an interesting ride, you know, for 7 years, where there are lots of moments that are incredible, and then there are lots of moments that are really challenging, and there are lots of moments that are really boring as well. You know, like with everything in life, like with every job, there are all these different parts. And I guess I just wanted to nod towards that, because we don't often speak that openly about our experience, because I feel like, you know, we're so lucky to do what we do. No one wants to hear someone in a band ever mentioning the kind of slightly negative elements of it. So I guess it was about kind of confronting that and confronting those times in the last 7 years where it's felt hard, it's felt like a struggle, it's felt like challenging and difficult. But I was nervous to talk about that in public because, like I said, I feel like, you know, to a lot of people, we have a job that is, you know, very different and very exciting, and so I was kind of nervous about addressing that. But I think it's, you know, it's there in the song, and it's hopefully not too explicit, because I think, you know, from playing this song to my friends and to other people, that feeling of trying to get through from day to day, and that feeling of finding life having its struggles and it feeling kind of overwhelming or underwhelming, like that's something that happens no matter what you do. And so it was helpful to some of my friends, and hopefully it's helpful to other people as well.
So I also have some questions from Polish fans, because I asked them if they wanted to ask you something, and there was a lot of questions about your hairstyle. Are you planning on changing it?
I feel a bit like our music. My haircut is an ever-evolving beast of bullshit. Yeah, I don't know. It was quite nice having a shaved head for a couple of years, and now I've got white hair. Who knows what's going to happen next?
Okay, I wanted to talk to you also about these concerts, because you're probably gonna want to go back to giving concerts. And do you plan to come back to Poland, because you've been there a few times here, right?
We would love to come back to Poland as soon as we're allowed to, as soon as it's, you know, as soon as gigging and touring is happening again, as soon as it's safe for everybody in the audience. We would absolutely love to come back to Poland, and you know, we'd love to tour and travel the world again. You know, that's something that we miss hugely. But yeah, the crowds and the audiences in Poland are genuinely some of the most excitable, loud, brilliant crowds in the whole world. You know, Woody, our drummer, whenever we're asked ever who his favourite crowds are, he always says Poland, and I completely agree with him, because he's right. It's like, you know, from the first gig we ever played in Warsaw, it blew our minds to walk out on stage and start singing and hear the sound coming back. There's a reason why you guys have a reputation for being such a great audience, and so yeah, as soon as we're able to tour, we would love to come back to Poland, and hopefully some people will come and join us.
That's really good to hear, and it's like warming my heart to hear that from you, because, you know, when Polish fans are gonna hear this, they're gonna like, you know, be happy. And so, what is your best memory from Poland?
Yeah, I think it was the first gig we ever played. It was just, it was in the middle of a big tour. And sometimes when you're on tour, you know, playing gigs every night, like sometimes if it's a long one, it can start to feel a bit like Groundhog Day, like you're going a bit mad. And I think that show just really stuck out to us as being so amazing. And also, you know, playing like the Orange Festival in Warsaw as well, like that was an amazing experience. The crowd was so great. So yeah, we have lots of really good memories. and I hope that we can make some more. You know,
make new ones, right? I hope for it too. Okay, thank you very much. It was a pleasure to talk to you.
Man. Thanks so much. Thank you for having me.
Would you like to say something to your old Polish fans right now?
Yes, would like to say hello from London. I hope that you like the new music we're making. Thank you for sticking with us. And I hope that you're staying safe and healthy and sane and managing to stay entertained and keep busy if you want to be. And yeah, we're sending lots of love and we hope to see you soon.